What's up, everybody? It's your favorite electrician, Doug here. Hey, got a brand new episode of the Modern Electrician Podcast live today. We sit down and chat with Roman Scarloto from ACDC Statewide down in Central Florida. And we talk about a lot of things in this podcast, but one thing that really stuck out of my mind was the idea of rites of passage. Roman tells a story about a hardship that he went through and how it forced him to transition into manhood. And it's such a cool story and such a cool concept. And it just makes me think, like, it seems like those rites of passage are just not as prevalent as they used to be in our culture. And either I'm just not seeing them, or maybe I'm missing something. I mean, if you're part of a religious tradition or cultural tradition that practices those, they're still there. But at society on the whole, I wonder, number one, why those traditions, why those rites of passage are kind of going away. Do we not see them valuable? Do you guys find them valuable? What were some rites of passage that you went through? What were some hardships that you endured that on the backside of it, you came out and you were just different than you were before? Used to be that they would send a 12-year-old into the jungle with like a stick, and he'd have to do something like bring back a saber-toothed tiger paw or something. And then he was a man, or he was dead. One of the two would happen. You would either die and be reborn a man, or you just would be dead from being eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. And nowadays, there's just not that many saber-toothed tigers around for us to prove our manhood toward. And so what are those rites of passage in our society? I'm just not sure. I know that I've had my versions of them, and maybe they were a little bit, instead of like one big overarching rite of passage that I went through, it was more numerous smaller rites of passage that even to this day continue, like, starting a business and going through that, learning all of the things that come through that and coming out the other side, getting to the point where I'm taking and passing my master's exam, all that stuff. Those are rites of passage. Military service is an interesting one. Like, what are some of the rites of passage in your world, in your life that you've gone through? And how did they change your life? What was necessary? I think it's a great topic of conversation, and I'm definitely curious to know, am I wrong in assuming that they're not a common thing? Like, are they more common than I'm aware of? Or do you agree rites of passage have largely gone away for some reason? Anyway, love to hear your thoughts on this one. It's a fun topic. Let's chat. Hey, let's chat.